Ready to do another video on different things about the United Methodist Church. Again, just a reminder that a lot of the information that I'm getting comes from the Book of Discipline, the Social Principles, Articles of Faith, and a website, Ask UMC, which is part of the United Methodist Church's official information website. And part of what I wanted to do was talk about many of the issues that are facing the United Methodist Church and the greater culture here in the United States. Back in July was the landmark ruling that overturned Roe versus Wade, and there has been a number of outcries, and I thought it might be helpful for those of us who are United Methodists to have an idea of what it is that we as United Methodists believe about abortion. The United Methodist Church affirms the sanctity of life in these two statements that come from our social principles, and I want to read those. Our belief in the sanctity of unborn human life makes us reluctant to approve abortion. But we are equally bound to respect the sacredness of the life and well-being of the mother and the unborn child. These statements and others place the United Methodist position on abortion firmly in the ground or in the spectrum of life-based ethics rather than choice-based ethics. Life-based ethics place life at the center of guidance, and in regards to situations where there are any conflicts. Life-based ethics calls for as much life as possible to be honored and preserved in such situations. Choice-based ethics place the sovereignty of a person's rights to choose at the center of such arguments. So that's the difference between life-based ethics and choice-based ethics as far as the United Methodist Church is concerned. And as United Methodists, we affirm the sanctity of the unborn human life. We similarly understand that the pregnant woman is also a life of sacred worth. And there are circumstances in which there may be tragic conflicts of life versus life. And this can happen to any pregnant woman, anywhere, at any time during pregnancy. And so we believe that it's critical for persons to be able to have preserving life care from medical professionals. And this does include medical care that may include abortion when that is the way to preserve the most life possible. This is why in our social principles, we affirm in such cases we support the legal option of abortion under proper medical procedures by certified medical providers. Again, those words come directly out of our social principles. Additionally, the United Methodist Church expresses the denomination's life-centered ethics in these ways. The United Methodist Church does not affirm abortion as a means of birth control. We also unconditionally reject abortion as a means of gender selection or eugenics. And we object to late-term abortions except where the mother's life is in danger, or in cases where severe fetal abnormalities will prevent the child from being able to be born alive. Now, all Christians faced with such decisions are called to enter into each of these decisions with an incredible amount of prayer, searching Scripture, and any other means possible to seek out God's will, guidance, and wisdom. We encourage anybody who is faced with making decisions like this to seek counsel with parents, family members, close friends, clergy, and especially medical professionals, both in medicine and counseling. This isn't a decision that anyone should be able to just lightly make without considering how that impacts them, not just physically, but can potentially affect them mentally and emotionally. When addressing an unplanned or unwanted pregnancy, we particularly encourage the option of adoption within the United Methodist Church. When a woman selects adoption as the outcome of her pregnancy, the social principles encourages churches to assist her with appropriate resources and support. Now, I recognize that not everyone within the United Methodist Church is going to fully agree with this stance. This is common within the United Methodist Church. We have beliefs in many different ends of the spectrum, from those who believe that there should be absolutely no qualifications for adoption, and those who believe there should be no not adoption of abortion, nor on the other end of the spectrum where there should be no qualifications to exempt such things. The United Methodist Church tends to be somewhere in the middle, where we don't believe that abortion is something that should be jumped to lightly. And I don't believe anyone enters into that decision lightly. But I am trying to make sure that those of us who are United Methodist have the opportunity to hear where we as a denomination stand. We understand and affirm the need for women to have access to safe, legal abortions. We also mourn and are committed to promoting the diminishment of high abortion rates. We encourage ministries that reduce unintended pregnancies, such as sex education, access to volunteer family planning, contraceptives, and initiatives that enhance the quality of life for all women and girls around the globe. Finally, as United Methodists, we are committed to ministering to those who have had an abortion, providing support and encouragement. Whatever situation may have led to the need for an abortion or the decision of an abortion, there is always much loss and much need for healing. It is not the church's place to condemn. It is not the church's place to judge any person, any family, any individual who has come to the decision that the abortion is an appropriate means for their life safety. We are called to love. While we have our stance that says that we believe that abortion should only be used when medically necessary, we acknowledge that every person is of value and should not be put down or judged harshly, inappropriately by the church. I hope this helps. You're welcome to leave questions. I'll do my best to answer. I acknowledge, as always, I don't know it all. Have a blessed day.